I bought this PS4 from my local boot fair for £35. A bargain, but it was absolutely disgustingly dirty. I've already opened it up once, but it still needs a bit of work doing to it. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to take it apart, show you the steps to take it apart. It's a model 1200, I think, and it needs a new optical drive put in it. So I'm going to put that in it. But let me just show you the disgustingness that was in there first time round. It was full of carpet fibre and cigarette tar. And I pretty much have got, no, I haven't been cleaning my ears out. I have been cleaning the fan. It was caked on the fan like some sort of fossil. It had to be literally chipped off. So that's all the cotton buds I used. Probably used more actually. And I've got some photos I'm going to show you here. These are the crime scene photos. And you can just see the amount of gunk that is clogged on. I was really amazed that this machine worked after I cleaned it the first time. I will drop in some footage because I have filmed me doing this once already. I did a whole film of me cleaning it the first time round, but unfortunately when I wanted to film I was pressing off, stop filming, and when I wanted to pause the filming I was pressing start recording. It was one of those. But I still need to take it apart to put this optical drive in, and I do want to give it another clean anyway. I think it still needs a bit of a clean. So I'm going to take you through the steps now. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, this is a model 1216A, and this would apply to all model 1200s. The first stage is there are two screws at the back. They're T8 screws underneath the security stickers. You can get these stickers off by just using a pair of tweezers. That's quite easy. And like I say, it's a T8 screw. And these are the only black T8 screws. So pretty straightforward. Do keep these screws separate. Once I get to the inside, I tend to use Sharpies. There's a great big silver metal plate which has a lot of screws on it, and I will mark up the screws and mark up, like I'll say, all the green screws. So that's my way of keeping track for someone who doesn't do this that often. Once those two screws are off at the back, this then slides sideways. This is the smaller section, and always lift these plastic bits of the case from the front. Don't lift them from the back. So slide it that way and then up from the front and off. This is the hard drive, so that can come out now. And this is a unique screw with the PS symbols on it, the triangle, circle, square. It's a Phillips screw, so I've just got the wrong one there. And I'm using a 3.5. So that's easy to come out. Keep hold of that, put it in the pots, slide that out, keep that somewhere safe. You can see the tar on here. I could give that a quick clean just to show you, but this was all over the case. And like I say, mixed with carpet fibre. I mean, I will just clean that up just to, but yeah, look, you can see how I've gone through a whole box. I should have used toilet roll really. But I've gone through a whole box of cotton buds. Look at that. Look what that has done already. Okay, I'm going to get this other side of the top cover off now. So I need to take out these two T8 screws. Now there are a lot of these T8 screws in this metal plate. So I am just going to start marking them up with my pen. So there are two over here, and there's a great diagram on iFixit which will show you the location of all the screws in the top plate, which I definitely would recommend using. So what I normally do is just put a bit on one of them and keep them all together. So once those 2 screws are out, this can now move up and pull it from the front again and come round, and it lifts off. It's all go this way. It's a bit worrying, but it does lift off and then just slide it out at the back. Once the top is off, we've got to get the bottom off, and again it's just pulling it off. There's no screws, but it's pulling from the back this time. You do have to pull quite hard, and it's sometimes useful just to use a pry tool to go in about 1 inch from the back. There's a clip there, so we'll do that one. Hopefully that's not going to click back in, and once the second one's off, we're there. Let's get that in. My pry tool is a guitar plectrum. There we go. And we'll just place that down, and again slide it to the front, and that is the bottom section off. I'm going to take out the power supply. The power supply is plugged into the motherboard, and it's quite a long metal pin, so when you take out the power supply, it doesn't slide out easily. There's 3 T8 screws in the bottom. Whoa, just drop that in the fan. That wouldn't be good. Look like that. And again, I'm going to mark them up. They're separate screws. I'm going to keep them apart from the top section. I think they could be the same as the top section, but I'm going to keep them separate. And then after that, there's this metal bracket which has the 3 T8 screws are here, here and here, by the way. And then just a Phillips to take out this little metal bracket. These screws are quite long. I think they go all the way through. And again, these are unique. But yeah, they're long screws. There we go. That needs to clean up as well. And keep that separate. And now just take out this power supply. So wiggle it from left to right, front and back, and it's here where it will feel like it's holding on. And it is holding on today. There we go. It's a 2-pin plug. This 2-pin plug goes all the way in here, so it holds it in. Once that is out, you just have to remove this connector. Again, it may need a wiggle. And that is the power supply out. It's probably an idea as well to disconnect. This is the Wi-Fi. Disconnect that. It's good if you've got fingernails. And then there are 3 ribbon connectors here. The one on the right just pulls out. The big one in the middle, you do need to lift up the plastic thing that holds it in place. I don't know what that's called. This thing that goes up and down. Just pull it up. And the one on the left, the little one on the left, just pulls out. I'm going to take out the Wi-Fi antenna. This is just a case of unwinding this cable. There's a number of metal clips and plastic clips holding this in place. And then once you get to the top, if you had a PS4 that wasn't missing screws, there'd be one, I think it's a T9 screw in there holding that in place. It's missing on this one. So once that's all the way out, this can be pulled out. Again, just give it a bit of a wiggle. Try not to bend the metal. There we go, that's the Wi-Fi antenna out. And I'm just going to unplug this connector as well. Once that's all unplugged down here, I can now take out the optical drive, DVD drive or whatever you want to call it. And again, that's just 3 T8 screws. There's a load of these T8 screws. I like to keep track on the ones going in on that metal plate on the top. If I'm taking out an optical drive, what I'll do is I'll just keep these 3 screws with the optical drive. Oh, 4 screws, not 3 screws. So easy to miss one. And then that just lifts out. This is the thing I'm replacing. So let me just pop these in with it, and I'll pop these in the holes that they came out of. Keeps everything together. As long as it doesn't get knocked by the dog, we should be fine to just put that back. That's what I've got to work on later. Okay, so I'm going to remove this metal shield now. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark up these T8 screws. Hopefully I should make sure I get all of them. Oh, that wasn't one. So easy to make a mistake. Clean that off. Okay, that's one there. One there, one there. There's 2 here, which I'll remember. Right, let's get unscrewing. So along with the initial 2 you took to take the cover off, there's 12 of these, I think. Like I say, this PS4 was missing a few screws. So if I'm slightly out on some of the counts, do adjust. And use the iFixit. Absolute godsend of a website. Okay, that's all the ones from the plate. The plastic cover has them as well. And this just lifts off. This little bracket is one of the long screws that held the power supply in place. Goes through that metal bracket, so worth just making sure you do not lose that bit. It can easily fall out. I'm going to take the on-off button out now, and do be very careful here. If you snap this, you're screwed basically. So there's a little clip at the back that holds it in place. Lift it up ever so slightly, just a few centimeters, and then move it forward. If you snap this here, you'll have to replace this. And that is it. You just lift it up so it becomes unclipped and move it to the front. After that, there's a series of Phillips screws. 3 silver ones at the top. And again, I would mark these up. I'll put a little green mark on these, just so I know that they're not the torque screws. There's 4 black screws, Phillips. 2 kind of in the middle section here. And let me mark those up with blue. There's 1 here, and there's 1 here. And the last screws in this are two kind of rounded Phillips screws which hold this bit of metal in place. And then that just lifts off. Okay, once all those screws are out, this metal cover does just lift off. Just be aware that there are some thermal pads which may well stick to one side or the other. That one's come off and should be there. This still needs a bit of a clean. And then here's the motherboard. If you need to give that a clean, give that a clean now. I gave mine an initial clean. I think it needs another clean. If you want to take this out, unplug this cable to the fan. This ribbon cable can be either disconnected at this end or the other end. But once you've disconnected the fan, you can then just lift this out, and this comes away from the whole of the plastic casing. If you want to do thermal paste replacement, I've already done it on this, so I'm not doing it again. It's just a case of undoing these two screws and lifting this off. And then once you've done that, the motherboard will come away from this metal section and you can replace the thermal paste. So it's not for this video, there's plenty of other videos about it. And if you're cleaning it, all the dirt will be round here, around this heatsink. But now that's out, I've just got the fan to remove, and then that is the whole case pretty much disassembled. Okay, here's the optical drive, and I'm all ready to, with my replacement laser, to put that in. First thing to do is just mark up this ribbon cable where it comes on this sticker, because you've got to feed this through to take the top cover off. You can peel this sticker back, and then that's ready to feed through that slot there. You can fold this sticker back so it sticks on the case. I've replaced that sticker actually because my original one was so filthy. Okay, I'm going to remove the top cover now by taking out the Phillips screws along the top. I think there are 5. So let's get those out. 1. I'm now just going to unclip all of the ribbon cables. Firstly, the one at the back. Being very careful not to damage it. Move that one out of the way. Oh, there's another Phillips screw. So 6 Phillips screws on the case. And then I'm just going to very carefully start lifting from the back, and there's a torque screw in this corner which has come out as well, so keep that safe. And just slowly take the cover off, and this is the mechanism that I'm changing out. The large ribbon cable comes out first. You can either use a fingernail to just lift this black clip up, or if you have no fingernails like me, you can carefully use a pry tool just to pop it up, and then that comes out. Once that ribbon cable's out, you can just lift the laser out. There's no screws holding it into the case. So this is the laser and the kind of metal housing that it comes in as well. Oh look, there's a disc in there. Should have ejected that. But this is the whole thing that is being replaced. I'm replacing the whole carrier and the laser. It only cost £10.99 to buy all of this. I think it was practically the same just to buy the laser. So all I need to do, it should be a like-for-like replacement, is to remove this ribbon cable from the front, pop that in the front of my new one, pop that back into the drive, and I'm going to transfer across the rubber feet. They're not on the new one, so looks like they just slide out. So I'm going to have to take this out. It's the first time I've done this, so I'm coming across little mistakes I'm making as well. And slide out the rubber feet from the old one. Pop them in the new one. Okay, it is in place. The rubber feet are all in. That helps stabilize the laser carriage. Now I just need to do everything in reverse, put it all back together and test whether this thing works. Fingers crossed. Okay, we have the moment of truth. At least it's powered on and hasn't blown up. I could have made it worse. So I'm going to stick a disc in. First time I've done this. Hopefully it won't give me unrecognised format or unrecognised disc. I do know the rollers need changing on this. Again, they're gunked up with cigarette tar and smoke. But you normally get that circle and then it does it for ages. Then it says unrecognised disc. It's working. That is good news. Like I say, all I've got to do on this PS4 now is change those rollers. The rollers cost a £5, so the whole thing has cost quite a bit of money. £35 for the console. I think it was £10.99 for the laser and the laser carriage, and another £5 for a new pair of rollers. But it's all good practice, and I just like fixing things. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take it easy.